What is going on, everybody? My name is Tom Kelly, and this is Clean Cut Audio. Today, I'm going to teach you another cool trick to make your podcast sound better. About a year ago, I reached out to Wavesfactory and asked for a license of their plugin Trackspacer, and they very graciously gave me a license key. So I have had this plugin on my music tracks for every podcast I've put out in the past year, and it is so amazing. So I want to thank Wavesfactory for providing me with this license. They are not paying me to do this video. They have no say in what goes into this video. I'm just giving my honest opinion about how incredible this plugin is. A couple years ago, I put out a video talking about why it's really hard sometimes to layer vocals over produced music. It's really hard to get the levels right. Either the music is too loud, it's too quiet, it's masking, it's covering up important frequencies in your voice, and stuff is just getting lost. And my fix back then was to equalize the music and then automate these curves in and out so that when the vocals come in, we're removing some of the mid-range from the music to give more space to the vocals. And people were like, wah, Tom, that's too hard. I don't want to do that. And I gotta be honest with you, I kind of agree. That's a lot. Like, I don't even want to do that anymore, especially after having this plugin, because what this does is it does that all for you. The reason why it's really hard to layer vocals over music is because music is mastered incredibly loud, and it has a much wider array of frequency content than in the human voice. Much higher highs, much lower lows, and just a lot more of everything. When the voice goes down even a tiny bit, when those compressors aren't dialed in to have it just completely locked at -16 LUFS, like you can see here in this image when I overlay my vocals in green over the music in blue, even when I lower the music by 10 decibels, you can see here in some of these spots that as my vocals get a little bit quieter, it's just completely overpowered by the music, which maintains a very consistent loudness throughout. So when it comes to making these two things fit together, we need to carve out a little space in the music for the vocals to fit into it like a puzzle piece. If the music is the entire puzzle, there's no space for an extra piece being your dialogue, which is the actual important thing in the podcast. So let's take a look at Pro Tools here, and I'm going to show you how this comes out factory default, and then we're going to get it all set up here. So the way this works is it wants to know what to react to. So we need to send signal into this plugin, and we're going to do that through a bus. And I'm in Pro Tools here. This can work in pretty much any other DAW, maybe except Audacity, because I don't think it does sends. But what I'm doing here in this episode is I have two voices. They are going into a routing channel, so they're being summed into one, and then it's going out to the master. So what I have here is a send, so it is sending a virtual copy of this track, and I'm sending it to bus 1. So we can click bus, send it to bus 1. So right now this is going nowhere. But we can see here that it's receiving signal and it's going to be sending it out. My name's Tom Kelly. Alrighty, perfect. So I have Trackspacer here on the music track. It's important to know that I'm still automating the volume of the music so that when the vocals come in, it does dip down. However, it needs a little bit more of a hookup than that. So this is where Trackspacer comes in. So we need, right now, nothing's happening.
Sponsored skateboarder from the same...
Nothing at all. So in the key input, what we're going to set this up to do is turn this into an input receiving the signal from bus 1. So now what we see...
My name's Aaron Cairo. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today
we can see in blue, these are the frequencies of his voice. In white is how much it's reducing the music.
Producer, introduce yourself, Tom.
So the three knobs that we have up front on the UI is a low cut, a high cut, and a mount. So basically anything that's below the low cut and anything above the high cut is not going to be affected at all.
Skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area, and today we are here with an Ask Me Anything. We got Tom.
And then we have the amount. How much do we want to remove? And it's a ratio.
Skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area, and today we are here with an Ask Me Anything.
So essentially, the plugin is getting the vocals, and in turn, it's finding where those important frequencies are, and then it's removing them from the music track. And it's important to know what the important frequencies of the voice are. We can even see it in blue here where most of the frequencies are.
My name's Aaron Cairo. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today we are here with an...
So it's all in this range here. We can see in the top right, it's from like 120 hertz
podcast producer. Introduce yourself.
Up to about 4.5 kilohertz. That's where all the important frequencies of the human voice lie. There are more, but that's where a lot of the energy in the music is going to mask that voice. So basically, there's not a lot of information in the voice below 100 hertz. So we'll let the music occupy that space, and we'll let it occupy the very high highs. The only other thing I'm going to do is click on this little blue dot, and I'm going to turn the release up a little bit. And what this means is we can see the difference in how this signal reacts. When someone stops talking, we don't need to be ducking or reducing those frequencies in the music. So what we're saying is, hey, Trackspacer, nothing's happening. We can introduce these frequencies back into the music. And the release is how long it takes before the frequencies start coming back in. Conversely, the attack is how quickly they're removed once dialogue is happening. So we want a quick attack so that we're not like missing the first few milliseconds of what someone is saying. However, I like a little bit of a slower release because what I find is that when people take a breath, they're usually taking a breath for like 0.3 seconds or so. And I don't want the music to keep jumping back in as someone's breathing. So if we kind of let the release go out a little bit longer, it's going to hold those frequencies down for just a little bit longer so that it's not pumping as we're talking. And we can see here, unfortunately, we can't see them both at the same time, but as we turn on the release, we'll see that white line that's reducing the frequencies, returning back to zero more slowly, which means it's reducing those frequencies for a longer period of time. Hey everyone, let me break in real quick to let you know that on April 27th of 2023, a course that I've been working on for the past year is finally being launched. This past October, I was flown to Madrid, Spain to film a course with the production company Domestica about how to record, edit, and mix a podcast for beginners. I'm really excited about the course. It's a really good opportunity to learn pretty much everything I know about recording, editing, and mixing a podcast. And I think it's going to cost like under $20 or something ridiculous like that. So if you'd like to check it out, I'll have a link in the description to where you can sign up to be the first to be able to check out this course. Again, if you're watching this video after April 27th, it will already be available and the link will be in the description. Feel free to check it out. Feel free to send it to a friend. Feel free to buy it yourself or completely ignore and skip this little commercial. Either way, I'm just happy you're here. All right, let's get back to the video.
My name's Aaron Cairo. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today we are here.
So when he said, and today, they went back up a tiny bit, but not a lot. If we make the release really fast, you'll see it jumping around a bunch.
My name's Aaron Cairo. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today we are here with...
By the time he's getting back into that phrase after a 1/10 of a second, the music is already going in and out. And we don't want to hear this plugin working really hard. So I like to just keep the release up a little bit. 300, like a 1/3 of a second or so. Not a very exact science. I turn the amount down to like 30%. And this just, again, it carves out a little bit of room for the vocals to sit over the music.
My name's Aaron Cairo. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today we are here with an Ask Me Anything.
So let's listen to a before and after. This is going to be subtle, but I promise this is going to be really important when it comes to the intelligibility of your podcast. So let's listen without Trackspacer.
My name's Aaron Cairo. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today we are here with an Ask.
So that synth really is pushing into the same frequency range of the voice and after.
My name's Aaron Cairo. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today we are here with an Ask Me Anything. We got Tom, who... My name's Aaron Cairo. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today we are here with an Ask Me Anything. We got Tom, who...
So it's just pushing stuff back a little bit. It's not just reducing the volume altogether, which we already did. It's just reducing the volume of certain frequencies. I really find this helpful it's just that extra polish for a podcast where people aren't having to fight to hear what you're saying. If you have music, it's easy for either the dialogue to get lost behind the music or to lose the impact of the music itself because it's not loud enough. It's really hard to balance those two things. So I think this is a really cool tool where you can kind of come to this really nice middle ground of preserving the tight dynamic range without having a whole bunch of stuff in your face that you're really struggling to hear everything at once. What is most important is the vocals, so we can carve out a little bit of the music. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can definitely head to Wavesfactory and get a free trial of this plugin. I don't make any money if you buy it, so it really doesn't matter to me, but I do think it's a fun thing to demo out because it has helped my productions be a lot tighter, a lot more clear, and I think a lot more listenable. Having impactful music in your podcast is super duper important, but you don't want to lose the dialogue behind it. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you think I've earned it, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, like it, give it a thumbs up, whatever it's called these days. And if you have a friend with a podcast who loves their music but can never quite get their dialogue to fit in just perfectly, maybe share this video with them. It would mean an awful lot to me. I would appreciate it so much. Thank you all so much, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.